finally, it's here. So in this video, I'm going to give you a tour of the office. Now, it's nothing special, but I get this request all the time. And so what I want to do is take you around bit by bit on every single element that you can see here, even down to the football that has come with me between, I think, like 4 different offices now. So let's start with the magic, the desk. Now, we'll start up here. So we've got the Elgato, what is this one called? I think it's called the Elgato key light. And what this does on calls, I mean, you can see it now. If I spin this round, let's go, I don't know, here, lighting's a bit naff. Then as we go further and further, you see the light hits me. Let's say if I go down to where I'll be, well, let's just sit on the chair. You can see the light comes down. We've got the blue in the background. Let me show you this. We've got the camera set up here, and this has like a lens, so if you go close, it will blur the background out. And so all of this behind me gets kind of like blurred. The blue light, like what's it called? RGB, I think, lights up, and it looks really cool. So definitely, like an old man with the tech, definitely recommend something like this. If not this, then a softbox or a ring light or something like that. Then what I've got on here, so I don't know how well you can see this, but it's like a tool board. So if you, I don't know, Home Depot, I guess, is in the US, B&Q would be in the UK. You would hang your tools on here. But obviously I don't have tools because I'm not a tradesman. So what I've done is I've hung up, usually we'll have, I did have my Beats on there. Oh no, Beats on there. And then I think sunglasses on there, but obviously it's not very sunny now. If we go down into here, that's keys and sometimes AirPods. Got the blue light blockers. We've then got, let me show you this. Bit of reach. This is the RGB colors. So if I want to change this to red, always fiddly. You have to go all the way around the back to get it. Go on. There we go. That'll change that to red. If I want to copy Iman Gadzi with the blue and the red, let's change that back. Let's see if that works. There we go. So that stays in there with the wallet. Then we've got, this is the DJI. So this is this camera that I'm using right now. Got the mic in there, use that for when I eventually do some vlogs. Then we've got something that was a complete New Year's resolution. It's a gua sha. For those of you who don't know, let's check this out. Can I do it with one hand? That's the question. Don't think I'm going to make it as an unboxing YouTuber, am I? Looks like a weapon. But you can see, apparently in beauty circles, you've got to do this to give you I don't know what screenshots this, to give you some form of jawline. So that was a whim purchase. Now, we've then got, maybe I'll stop making that noise as I reach for everything, but this is when I'm traveling. Come out. This is like a massage gun. So again, something else that looks a bit dodgy if I was gonna bring it to airport security, but I swear it's for the legs. Nothing else, I promise. So that's for the legs, that's for the face. Good travel essentials. Now, what else? These are like chargers and cables. So as you can tell, if I just back out a bit, I'm a pretty organized guy, and I like to see everything here that I need, semi-regularly. And for those of you who are wondering what this is, I'm not going to make the noise, This would sit on top of my laptop. So when I'm traveling, it will sit on there and it will act as a key light. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I've actually ever used this. I literally haven't used this ever. I don't even know how to switch it on. Hey, look at that. Let's see if it works. Whoa, beautiful, beautiful. So, okay, it does work. Maybe next time that I go away, I'll use that. And I'm actually getting a little collection on the go now. Need to put those back. But that's the board. And then we've got this table down here. So this is a sit-stand desk from IKEA. Huge, huge desk. I want to say it's 160 centimeters. I don't know what that is in freedom units, but it's pretty big. Now, if I go here, you can see it's not actually electrical. Can you even see this? It's like a crankshaft. So what I'll do if I want to stand up is it's like as old as a coal train, this. I'll do that. It's not actually connected, so it's not working and making me look like an idiot. But if I want to use that, then I'll put it up, do standing. I'll be honest, I don't use it that much. Then we've got the call set up. So if we bring this arm in, we've got the mic. And then if we go down here, you can see we've got all the cables. What I'll do when I'm getting on a call or doing a video, I'll take all of these cables out and then I'll connect them. Obviously it doesn't look as good for this, but I'll connect that up to the laptop, which sits on this stand, and then I'll connect that in to the camera, world's most expensive webcam. But then what we can do is we can connect that up, connect all of this. So I've got professional audio, professional video, and then if we just like open up the computer, let's imagine you're on a call. Obviously I wasn't working there, but you get great visuals. You've got the light up there. You've got the backdrop, which we'll come on to in a moment. You've got the light there, got another light there. And you can imagine now, imagine you're a client or a potential client and we're on a call. I have got the professional light, the video, the mic, the backdrop, and then I charge you 15k. And then someone else who looks exactly like me, who's charging the same amount, comes on, but it's just a webcam and they're in a cafe or a co-working spot or whatever. Who is more likely, or who are you more likely to hire? Well, it's going to be the one with the more professional setup, because in your mind, if everything else is exactly the same, then they are more, I guess you can justify it more. You can see where that money's being spent on professional development and you trust that person more. There's just a feeling that you get. And so this is what I've been trying to build over time, is this idea that, you can trust me. I can charge the big prices because A, the product is amazing, but then B, you can see the professionalism of the setup. That will translate under the surface, like unconsciously to the client, that, hey, if he's this professional with the setup, he's going to be this professional with the site. So I wasn't really intended on this to be like a seminar, but if you can invest, all of that cost me, if you get a lower quality camera, probably like £1,000. I don't think that is a crazy level of investment to potentially then be able to charge double or triple your usual rate. So, lesson over. Let's go back to this. Now, we've got what else we got? Table. We got the leather desk mat. Then we got just standard Apple devices. So we got the, trackpad, keyboard. And honestly, people will clear up the setup for YouTube. This is literally just what my setup always looks like, apart from if we go behind here and down here. Actually, cable management is fine. So for those of you who used to follow me, or have been following me for a while, should I say, I used to have this massive, massive monitor. So it would literally, I wonder if you get dizzy when I spin the camera around, but it would go from there all the way to there. So it was an LG 49-inch curved monitor. And then so under here, I would have just tons and tons of wires. But now it's nice and clear, and I'm not designing as much anymore. It's more so my team. And so I don't really need that huge monitor, and that clears a lot of mental space for me, because I don't know, when I would come into the office, I would actually then prefer to go and sit downstairs. So we have a co-working area in our building, and I would prefer to go downstairs and just go on my laptop, because when I would look at this big screen, it would almost overwhelm me, and it just didn't feel conducive to work. So I got rid of that, and now we have a much more minimal setup, which I feel like just clears that mental bandwidth for me. What you can see behind me, let's do the boring stuff. Cupboard, wardrobe, then bank, bits and bobs. You can't see that on calls or videos, so it doesn't matter. And then we've got a collection of shoes. Very cool. And just a side note, I made sure the office had an ensuite. So by having this sounds so sad, but I can have days, there'll be days where I just won't leave here. Unless I'll go for a walk or I'll go to the gym. But then most of my time is just spent in here, sat on this chair at this desk. And so I've got a shower, and a bath, not a bath, shower and a toilet in there. And so I can just stay. It's almost like a self-contained studio. And okay, it's pretty sad. But what it allows me to do is just lock in and work for I'd say I do 12-hour days, maybe longer. And people are like, Sam, do you ever sleep? You've got to rest, or, well, how do you get so much done? And it's because the entire environment, if I just scan it, is just completely conducive to work and nothing else. I'll come in the morning to this door, brush my teeth and get showered in this door, put my clothes on by opening this door, sit here, or go for a coffee, sit here, work. Clear the inbox, do whatever I need to do, switch this on, go on calls, finish, go out there, eat, and done. It's as simple as that. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You just need an environment where it's just conducive to doing your best work. So a lot of people think, I can't concentrate. I can't do my best work. And it's because their environment is just crap. It's not the best setup for deep work, for concentration, for inspiration almost. So if you're one of those people who finds themselves in that situation, either if you don't have the money, I guess you can't really set up a full office with ensuite, but try and go to, or even try and hire a hot desk. So a hot desk costs, I don't know where I am in Liverpool, £200 a month. And if you can't invest that into your business, then I guess maybe at the very start of your journey, but within 6 months, you should be able to invest that into your business. If you go to a good co-working space, it will have food facilities or a fridge to bring in your own food. It'll have toilets, showers. It will have a great desk. It'll have call pods. It will have everything that you need. So change your environment, and you'll notice a marked uptick in your productivity. Now, let's go on to the shelves, because the shelves is what everyone sees in my videos. So just quickly, we've got an RGB lamp. I think this is a company called Govee. I've got a complete rip-off of Remover. So those of you who know Remover, they're like suitcases that cost, $1,200. This was £60 off eBay. I could never justify a £1,000 plus suitcase, sorry. And then this, always have to keep this on deck, because as everyone knows, entrepreneurs need to be sharp with the footwork. And I'm watching this through the camera and somehow still keeping control. Unbelievable. But anyway, I got this during lockdown, and it's stayed with me ever since, and I use it every day. If you get bored, if you want a quick break, get a football or a soccer ball. Now, final bit. So we'll quickly go through every single bit of this. Got the candle, your members club or mine. That was a gift from my girlfriend. This was also a gift from my girlfriend for my first 100K. And this was what gave me the inspiration. So just quickly, most of you who watch me will know that I have Six Figure Design Club, which is my course teaching web designers how to scale to 100K. And so Lucy, my girlfriend, she was like, why don't you give a prize? Why don't you reward people who hit that number? And I was like, oh, cool, I can get them a trophy, which is one of these that you see here. This one. So people can still get this, but most people choose the champagne. She was like, why don't we get them the personalized champagne? Everyone loves champagne. And that was like one of the best things we did. Everyone who hits the 100K, or it's like 8.5K in a month, will get you this because it's 100K over a year. Everyone who gets it loves it, posts it everywhere. It's such a good marketing tool, but it also makes the person who receives it just feel like $1 million or $100,000, should I say. But for those of for those people who don't drink, there is this beautiful trophy as well. Now this one is something I'm really proud of. Don't break it, Sam, don't break it. This was my first award. So Web Designer of the Year, Liverpool, 2021. Now, I'm not sure of the legitimacy of the company, but I got it regardless. And I think that was really the turning point for me. I was like, oh, I'm an award-winning designer. And then, everything sort of, from that point, I started seeing myself as that person, and, I'm where I am now. Ton of books, some I've read, some I haven't read. Let's see what we've got. This is a journal. We've got Deep Work, Cal Newport, that's an amazing book. Company of One, I am about that far through. Read that 3 years ago. Shoe Dog, Phil Knight, founder of Nike, that's a great book. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I think I've read 4 pages. I'm not going to pretend that I've read much of that. American Psycho, didn't even start. Rest, how far am I through that? Probably didn't even start that. What else is good? Hyperfocus, fantastic book, read that many times. Death of Grass, really good book. Power of Now, I'm not going to pretend I've read that. Essential by the Minimalists, that's amazing. Stuffication was one of the first self-improvement books I've read. That was just phenomenal. What else? We've got Goggins, that's good. Shout out Kelsey from Week of the Website, got her book in here. 4-Hour Work Week, amazing. 4-Hour Body, amazing. Tribe of Mentors, amazing. Tools of Titans, amazing. Anything by Tim Ferriss is amazing, especially if you're just starting out on your entrepreneurial journey. These are from a client, football magazine, very cool. And if you ever want to swear in foreign languages, a great book. What else we got? Up here, this is when I got my Rolex. This is the box. The Rolex doesn't actually reside in here, funnily enough. So that's just there for the flex. We've got, so story behind this is actually behind it. So VCL Vintners is a whiskey broker, and I invest in, so I have a barrel of whiskey that I bought a couple of years ago, invested with these guys, and every so often they'll send me rare whiskey. So if I bring this into the light, I'm coming across as quite fond of alcohol, but I don't actually drink it that much. Anyway, so this one is a one of 357, I think. 357 whiskies. Can I do another one-handed unbox? Ooh. I couldn't. I had to cut that one. Anyway, look at that. Love it. When you invest in cool things, they send you cool things. Just as a side note, my whiskey, I think I put £3,000 in. It's at about 4.5. So returns of about 50% in it. I think 3 years is phenomenal. Just before we get back to the shelf, Herman Miller, Aeron something or other. This, if you Google it, is the best chair that money can buy. I think it cost me £1,250. And I remember someone told me about this chair and they were like, it's the best money, it's the Rolls Royce of chairs. And I was like, you've got to be on commission. But honestly, it is. It's so hard to describe because if I go here, right, it's not a cushion, it's like a mesh. And so you don't get an uncomfortable gluteus maximus when you sit for like hours and hours. Same with the lower back and the back support. It's just amazing. I challenge you to go into like a John Lewis if you're in the UK or whatever the equivalent is in the US or wherever you are. Try one of these and it's just amazing. You can get refurbished models for about £600, there or thereabouts. Can't recommend it enough. And just because we're here, another phenomenal investment. 3D printed slides. So these are a key part of the office because I didn't want them squeaking as I was walking on the floor like this. But they're so comfy. If you're going to be spending most of your day in the office, you want something comfy on your feet. Asics, they're sold out everywhere, but if you can get a pair, I think they're called Acti Breeze or something like that. About $150 and just, amazing. And then we have, I think I've got one watch in here. Let's see. Let's do that one-handed. Look at the skill. Look at the skill. So this one, come on, one hand. There we go. So this one is a Tudor Pelagos. This was, I think, the second watch that I bought. Let's bring it into the light. I love this one. So I think Tudor watches are made in the same factory as Rolex. Quality is amazing. Because it's a rubber strap, I kind of wear it. Not daily, but if I was going to wear something with a t-shirt, it would be that. Then we've got the two smarter watches in a watch winder that I've never ever bothered to switch on. I just have it purely for display purposes. And I have made quite the mess now. Well, let's have a look. I'll also dust them off at some point. This one is an Omega Speedmaster. So this was the first ever watch that I bought. It was about 6.5k, I think. And it's beautiful. I love it. But I'll be honest, the reason I bought this and the Tudor was so the dealer would let me get this. So this one is the Rolex Datejust Wimbledon. This one, I think, is about £11,000. But it's such a stupid game. You have to be allowed, I can even see that. There we go. You have to be allowed by the dealer to buy one. You can't just walk in and buy one. So what I had to do was spend an exorbitant amount of money on this and on this, so the dealer will let me buy this. And now, as someone who doesn't even collect watches, I'm suddenly a watch collector. Then we've got the boxes down there. We've got a present, which apparently tells you the weather down here. What do you call that? Do you call them a sand timer? I don't know. I bought that with the best of intentions, but don't use it. This is a digital, not a digital camera. It's a film camera. This, in case you've never seen Vaseline before, is Vaseline, passport, and just some cash. Ooh, look at this cash. Ooh. Anyway, a valet tray, literally anything that doesn't fit somewhere goes in there. And then lastly, we've got this lamp. It's the world's weakest bulb. Like, that gives off zero light. It's all for the aesthetics. Anyway, that is the office in a nutshell. Shelving, you got the other shelving up yonder, there. I can't even tell where I'm going. There, desk, camera, light. And honestly, that's it. It's nothing crazy. If you're under the impression that you need the craziest office known to man, just doesn't work like that. Like, as long as you've got somewhere to place your laptop, decent camera, decent mic, decent lighting, and an okay backdrop. I have a lot of things there just for sentimental value. It's not particularly conducive to being the best setup. In fact, I am going to minimize it when we move to London next month. But yeah, you don't need anything crazy. Just get the basics, but make sure those basics are solid and you can't go wrong. So hopefully you enjoyed this tour of HQ, the behind the scenes. And if you do want to see more content like this, I'm going to start doing more vlogs on this channel. If you want to learn more about scaling your web design business, which is what I'm all about, check out the other videos on the channel. And if you want to join my program, Six Figure Design Club, all you got to do is, I think the link's going to be in the description, should be sixfiguredesign.club. You can apply for the program there.